Hi, I'm going to talk about how to thicken trunks. How to thicken. Okay, how to thicken trunks. Now, if you want to thicken your trunk, you need to grow your tree large. So, trunk, and this is the foliage, and this is your root system, like that. Probably this is your root ball. Now the tree is always in a balancing act. It grows your canopy, then grows your roots, and if this two are growing well, then of course the trunk will thicken. Now, how to do that? One very crude method is to just plant it in the ground, but you anticipate other problems such as how does your root work, how does your nibari work. So others put some tile here, tiles, so that the roots will just grow around the tile, or others plywood, plastic, like that. But my method is using this plastic basin. You see there are so many holes at the side. So if this is your plastic basin, I put some holes here, so like that, large holes. Just sewing them manual, so like that. So what happens if your tree is here, roots there, roots, your roots can, instead of circling around the basin, can escape here. The roots can escape here. Okay. So why do I need to seed these roots? The basin is placed in the ground. So if this is the ground level, the roots can escape here, escaping roots. Okay. Now I need to manage my roots. The roots can actually dominate the tree. So for example, if only one of these roots is growing, assuming this is escaping and it's growing a lot underneath the ground and it's supplying the tree, there's a possibility that this root can dominate. And by the time you harvest it, you do not have a dense root here. What you want with this basin is you would like to have a dense root ball inside your basin. So you allow your roots to escape. What you want is many roots are escaping, and that it is not becoming so thick. Otherwise, it will be dominating the growth of your tree. So once in a while, you inspect the roots escaping and then cut, so that it will slow down, and the other roots inside will be branching out. So the tendency of the roots is, once you cut it, it will branch out from the inside. Then maybe another root here, another root here. So you manage your roots such that it will not be dominating growth of the tree. But again, you need these roots to thicken. Actually, you need roots to thicken your trunk and to thicken your branches. You cannot just thicken your trunk with just plenty of fibers. So in my experience, but many bonsais tells you that's the way to do it. Many small fibers there to thicken your trunk, but I don't think that's in my experience, because as I've said, the tree is in a balancing act. If you have thick roots, you have thick trunk and thick branches. Okay. If you have very small fibers here, yes, you can survive your tree. You can let your tree thrive, but again, the objective is to thicken your trunk. See, if you have thick trunk, you have thick roots, but you must see to it that it can be managed. So that's the escape method, or basin escape method using this one. See, large holes at the side and very few holes at the bottom. It's very small holes. So the roots are allowed to escape here instead of circling around. Another method is this. Okay, so you have plenty of roots escaping underneath and at the side, and then you can actually submerge this to the ground. or in a very large spot. So in this way, you allow first the roots to grow escape into the ground. Then once in a while, say in the Philippines 2 years, but probably in other countries, in a temperate climate where you have only two growing seasons, spring and summer, then you have to check every 2 years. But in the Philippines, 6 months you can check it. 1 year is almost all year round is basically a growing season. It's just dry and wet. So that's the method, escape method. And rather than planting in the other crude method was just you plant your tree there in the ground, and when the roots really goes like that, then you shovel it, cut, so to concentrate your. But of course the roots can really go down. So in this case it can't, because once you lift this, harvest it, some roots going down, cut here, cut everything, then put it back. So you will grow a more denser roots from the inside. So that's my sharing for today, and hope you enjoy and learn. Thanks.